Hey guys, so one of the I can be a little vain, and I really don't mean to be, um, but some of it's like self discovery because I've got this body that used to be like trapped in a lot of skin, um, and to some degree it still is, and we'll go a little bit into that. And I kind of mentioned that in my first video. So when you have weight loss surgery, especially when you're at like a higher weight class, is what they call it, you lose weight pretty damn fast. So fast that your skin, which was able to stretch out and grow with you over the years, isn't as forgiving when it comes time to shrink, especially when you do it really, really fast, like 450 pounds fast in a few years. It takes a bit of a toll. But nevertheless, some fun things that I've found along the way is well, first of all, I already knew this when I was larger, and that is that camera angles, right? I mean, a little deceptive, but that's okay because it's just us right now. I'm not trying to make a dating profile. No, I'm not. But like, where'd this come from? I didn't have this before. Like, I don't know when these came in, or like this. Like, what's this? Is that supposed to be there? Should I pop it? Like, or I've got knees. I don't remember having knees because I think the last time that I was under a weight that started with a 3, I was like maybe in 5th grade. I've been big all my life. Yeah, all my life. My mom always says that she attributes it to like when I was in 1st grade and I had chicken pox. That was a bad week. A lot of fast food happened that week, and I guess a lot of bad habits were developed. I don't know, but that was a trend, I guess, that she noticed. So we'll go with that because moms know best, right? But yeah, so I just thought, there's a lot of anxieties that you have when you're a larger person that kind of go away with weight loss surgery, and or with a lot of weight loss in general. And I'm pretty comfortable in my skin now, but and I had a therapy session earlier, and I was telling my therapist that I'm kind of like a cat because I'm pretty weird. Like, something that rubs me the one day might rub me wrong the next. And I compared it to like, a cat, like when you rub its belly, it's like purring, like I can't even do that right now, but anyway. And then you overstimulate it, and next thing you know, it's like slashing at your wrist, and you got blood everywhere, and not cute. But they're crazy. I'm a little crazy. Little, pequeño. Okay, not a ton. But it's nice to not have it's been an interesting process, to say the least. So I'm here in Tucson, and I have a really good friend of mine who came down with this guy, hot guy, by the way. Hi, Nick. Who doesn't mind if I sexually harass him. I'm just kidding. I don't sexually harass people. And if I did, it would only be if they gave me permission, and Nick did. So we're okay. But so anyway, so they came down here, and we went to Congress. Not in Washington. No, that'd be a longer conversation because some shit needs to get done. But down like downtown Tucson, where they have a shared road with the light rail, which is really scary if you've never been downtown Tucson before, because you're like driving along the street, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, how did I end up on the tracks? Oh, they planned it that way. Okay, cool. So I'm not going to get, railroaded. But anyway, we went to a restaurant, sat at a booth, and I didn't give a second thought. I'm lying. I totally thought about it. what I thought though was, man, this is crazy. I have so much room between me and the table. I can't tell you like how many shirts I've ruined in my time. Like even like in high school, which is the worst thing. It's pretty embarrassing. And of course, I don't know if like my classmates notice and they're like, oh, he's really fat and that's why he's got gum on his shirts or what. But like, that's the thing, you know, when you like can't fit in your desk and your belly is like pressing your shirt into the bottom of a desk, which is why you should not chew gum and place that shit under the table. It's not nice, especially if a big person sits down and gets it on their shirts. It's ruined. Unless they, you know, you shout or whatever, and that's not cool either. But yeah, so I used to have anxiety when I go to restaurants, and I would think like, oh my God, please, let's just sit at a table. And you know, like I wouldn't want to be that person like in the group, be like, we need a table. Because I'm not going to like override like, oh, for my sensitivity issues, we need a table. But God forbid we sit at a booth, because then I'd be like, you know, totally freaked out inside and screaming and dying and like embarrassed. And I don't deal with that anymore, which is nice. Kind of going back to what I mentioned in therapy though, is something I do deal with. They're called bat wings. And I can't believe I'm actually going to share this. But I've decided that if I'm going to do this, that I don't need to do anything. That I want to share. And I want to show the good, the bad, the ugly. But there's a lot that cancels things out. So, as far as like a body image thing, I deal with some body dysmorphia. I wear, well, first of all, before I go into this, let's be honest. We all know that stretchy shit is out there on the racks, and it's pretty damn forgiving. Okay, so that's why I can get away with going to like a size 33 or 34 size waist. But I'm not going to take credit away from myself either. I mean, whatever I'm putting on, I worked hard to get into. So I'm not going to discount that. But I'll, you know, if I'm buying a suit, then we're looking more at some 38s. But in any event, I say that a lot. I noticed that in my last video, I said like in any event like 4 times, and I was like, okay, I need to stay away from that phrase. It gets repetitive. Yeah. So sometimes when I go shopping, it's a weird experience to have been someone who would walk in public and feel like everybody was looking at them because of how big I was, and being judged, assumed that I was lazy. I mean, pretty bad stuff, and that was the daily, being out in public. That was the consequence of my size, I felt like. So when I go shopping, there's most times I'm not fazed by it. But then there's other times where I'm just like, it's a lot to process. This is a lot to process. If you look at my profile picture, I need to learn how to edit videos so I can like upload pictures of what I used to look like. Because I feel like I'm cheating you by not illustrating that story. Maybe I should like add like an Insta. Oh God, I hate that term. But maybe I should like add like something to supplement to kind of better illustrate, since I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now. I really don't. I just know I'm telling a story. I'm telling my story, my journey. And so here I am. But anyway, so I'm at the store. Any store. Ross. Usually Ross. And I'll be like looking at pants or shirts, and I'll look at the person that's next to me, and sometimes I'm like, am I lost? Do I do I belong here? Like, is someone, is someone effing with me? Like, this size that starts with a 3, because I don't remember. When I was in high school, I took Fen-Phen. Like, my parents got me to a doctor, and I was on a prescription for Fen-Phen. Again, we all know I'm 40, so I'm not giving away my age. It was 1997. But, yeah, I was like 396 when I started Fen-Phen, my junior year of high school. And by the time October of 97 rolled around, I'd lost around 90 pounds. And then they took it off the shelf. And that was devastating. But anyway, even then, so like I think I'd gotten down to like 307 or something, which is what I weighed in 7th grade, mind you. So 307, I think the smallest waist I'd gotten to was 46. So I remember when I was in this current transformation, when I hit 44, because I figured, okay, 44 either meets or breaks that previous size. I'm pretty sure it's 46. So that was kind of a momentous moment for me. Like, I definitely celebrated that on social media. When I tried my first pair of pants on that started with a 3, that was pretty insane, because I don't remember. I mean, I know that there was a point. Like, I didn't just go from diapers to, like, a size 46. Or did I? But, no, I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. I don't think it could happen. But I don't remember. Like, that's how young I was as far as, like, developing of my, of obesity. And, yeah. So getting into a size that started with a 3, that was pretty insane. And just thinking about right now, thinking about that moment, I was going on a work trip, which was so nerve-wracking because I hadn't been on an airplane since, like, oh gosh, I think like 1999, 2001 maybe. I used to work for an airline, and so I would, it's called non-rev. I would travel a lot, and, when you're non-rev, you're not a real passenger. I mean, you are, because you're on the plane, but, like, as far as, like, asking for certain things, like, and there would be, like, oh, can I get a seatbelt extender? And I hated that, because it was, like, God forbid there be some, like, ticketed passenger that needed one, and then they're like, we only have one on the plane. There were several times where, trust me, like, I was like, oh yeah, it's buckled. And no, it's just like I had like my shirt over it, and I cheated, guys. And luckily nothing turned out bad. Very safe airline. But yeah, so body dysmorphia. I'll be shopping, look at the person next to me, and be like, we're looking at the same size pants. The pants they're wearing right now are fitting their body similarly to the ones that I'm wearing, which to me, I can only assume that we're like the same size, but I don't see it. I know I'm not as big as I used to be, but like when if I let myself compare myself to others and their stature, it just kind of blows my mind. I would tell you this. I was in, I used to live in Vegas for like 10 years, and so I visit often, and I was visiting 2 of my really good friends, and I was staying in a hotel, and I'd gone shopping, and I came back to the room, and they've heard my stories, and they tried my clothes on. And it was the weirdest thing in the world. I mean, like, I never shared clothes with friends growing up, and like here they are, like in front of I was like, you guys gotta stop. Like, this is really like it messed with my head. And just thinking about, like, and reliving that moment, because is it just me, or do we do this as a society? Like, we put this value on, or I put a value on weight versus inches, and so it's like, how can you be like 170 or 180 and those pants are fitting you, like, and they fit, like, how does, like, if you have a gallon of water and you put it in this container, like, I guess our bodies just aren't gallons of water or liquid, although they are actually mostly water. I think you get the point. So anyway, I actually started this video tonight because I watched my first video I uploaded earlier and I didn't cringe. Like, maybe I did a couple times, but not by my appearance. And that's some progress right there. Because I know how far I've come, and I'm not afraid to look at myself in the mirror. I'm not afraid to look at pictures of myself. Like, you don't have to like my pictures. You don't have to like my videos. You don't have to think I'm attractive. It's cool. Like, I'm at a point in my life where, like, as long as I'm happy, because this is my life, and you're not living it. I'm living it. I'm here to share it, and if you are on board to hear about it, that's cool. Thanks for, stopping by. Hit that button below and subscribe. But I've got to be happy in this skin, and so to watch my first upload and I'll be like, take that down, delete it. That in of itself is pretty damn cool. So, and also has encouraged me to do more, because here it is day one and I'm already posting a second video. So, in a wife beater, jeez, what am I doing? So I know I mentioned like the whole loose skin earlier. I think we're going to save that for another time. I'm feeling pretty vulnerable right now, pretty exposed, and that's okay. Like, that's, I'm signing up for that, because if you're somebody that's watching this that needs some inspiration, and if I can offer it, and I feel like such a douchebag saying that shit. And I'm not, because this is really coming from the heart. And, like, if I can go back to 2015, 2016, to me pre-surgery, I would give myself the biggest hug and tell myself that it's going to be okay. Because it's worked out. Like, it's pretty cool. I said earlier that I was waiting to die, and I wasn't kidding. And now I'm living my best life. So, all right, enough real moments here. There's more to come. Again, thanks for watching. And, yeah, have a good night from Tucson. Bye.